How many times have you gone to put hot sauce on your food and thought, what is this? Ketchup? Do you like your hot sauce hot? Hell yeah. We've got the hot sauce for you. Hell Pit Hot Sauce. Aged in whiskey barrels, stored in the pits of hell, then extracted just for you. Hell Pit Hot Sauce. The only hot sauce that will not only leave your mouth ablaze, it will scorch your soul. Hell Pit Hot Sauce. The only hot sauce that will sterilize you from the inside. Hell yeah, Hell Pit. Warning, Hell Pit Hot Sauce should not be consumed by the weak and blank. Please do not put Hell Pit on any food, as it will eat through due to its hellacious awesomeness. Yeah, but speaking of the Olympics, do you know why nobody ever talks about Napoleon's sister?
No.
Because they were Bonaparte.
Hey, why did that cheese have curly hair?
Oh,
It was Parmesan. Parmesan.
I was like, I don't think anybody wants curly hair in their cheese. I was gonna say because it fell behind the fridge.
Hey, why do cows have hooves instead of feet?
Oh man, that would be a lot cooler if they had feet.
Wouldn't it? It's because they lack toes.
I am intolerant.
Hey, Josh's brother messaged us last week about the scuba joke that I said, like, why do scuba divers fall backwards off the boat? Because if they fell forward, they'd fall into the boat. It was like they fall into the boat. Stupid. So much energy. Put in your booby rocks. Live your best life. Keep doing you. So much energy. Let's stick together with some high kicks. Wow. All right, everybody, welcome to this episode of So Much Energy. It's me, Jenny McKinney, and I am here with my brother from my mother, Jeff Joe.
Jen, thanks for having me. I seen Mom this weekend.
Oh yeah, did you?
Yeah, we went to the water park.
Oh, water park, wave pool.
Yep, got Dad to go around the lazy river. Did you hear about that?
Miss texted me saying she got him in there. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, she got him to go around. He was watching us go around the lazy river, and he's like, "Oh, it's only like waist high." We're like, "Yeah, it's not that big of a deal."
Yeah.
So we go around the lazy river. We get about 3/4 the way around it, and I go, "Hey, make sure you hang on to those handles on your tube." He's like, "Why?" I go, the drop-off's coming up. I go, "Hang on, the drop-off's coming up." And I turn around and I just slowly go away from him.
Yeah.
He went around the lazy river 3 times, asking Miss the whole time, when is the drop coming up? Jeff said there was a drop. When's there? He didn't even realize you'd already circled the stupid lazy river 3 times. You're still asking that. What's wrong with you?
Also, side note for our audience, our dad can't swim and he's scared of the water. That's why it's a miracle he even went in.
It's a miracle he ever even took us to the beach or the river under. I tell people how he used to take us to the river down in Rochester under the bridge.
Oh yeah.
Which,
you were
like,
telling us
for somebody who can't even swim, why are you taking us somewhere with a fast current
and no life jacket and
nothing?
Ooh.
But after the lazy river, he was feeling a little gusto, felt a little ballsy. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna hit that water slide.
Yeah.
He sat at the bottom watching people come off the water slide earlier in the day.
Okay.
He even seen little kids, like 5-6-year-olds coming down, boom, standing up. He's like, oh, it's not even that deep. We're like, no. So after the lazy river, he's got a little gusto in him. He's like, I'm gonna hit that water slide.
Yeah.
We're like, all right. He's got on jorts. All right. So we're like, you're not gonna go very fast because you got jean shorts on.
Yeah.
And so he's like, oh, it don't matter. He may have changed by this point. I didn't see him change.
Okay.
But I didn't see him get into or out of the lazy river. I just was already in it.
Yeah.
But he gets in line for the water slide, right? Now, when you come down off of the water slide, usually at the end, you kind of sit up or you know it's coming, so you kind of jump off and stand up, right?
Right.
Dad...
Did you shoot out like a rocket?
Well, he didn't want to sit up. because he thought it was
Oh.
going to slow him down. So
Okay.
he stayed laying down and he couldn't see anything.
Yeah.
Comes off the end of the slide. And when you stay laying down and you come off the end of a water slide, your feet naturally go up above your head.
Right. So he goes under?
He goes under. The lifeguard had to go in and get him out. 3 feet deep. He didn't even put his feet down. He was underwater and all turned around upside down and didn't even have enough like bearings to like
Yeah.
get yourself right side up and put your feet down.
Yeah.
We even told him going into it, if anything goes wrong, just put your feet down. Same in
Yeah.
the lazy river.
Well, I think too, when you can't breathe, you
I
panic
think it's
and your
that.
brain
I think
can't
it's that
even
he's
tell
not
you.
used to being in water at
No.
all to begin with, like
Right.
just even in the water.
Yeah.
Besides a shower, I don't know what else he'd be getting like full on into the water doing.
would
He doesn't
not.
ever go into a hot tub or a bath. So yeah, I think between his feet going above his head, being upside down underwater, not
Well-
knowing what to do, yep, lifeguard had to go in and pick him out. The only person we seen them save that day.
Oh. Was he like, oh man, thank God for that lifeguard?
Yeah, I just want to give him something to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's fun.
No, it was a good time though. We were there for your sister's birthday and a nephew's birthday.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, I have some bin store purchases to show you.
Oh
Okay.
my gosh,
This is cute.
that's a good find.
A little love sign, and it's
Yep.
like a soft white.
It is like a soft white.
It
It's like a
says-
neon sign. It's kind of like a neon sign you'd see in a bar, but it says
Yeah.
love.
Yeah.
That same stuff.
$2.
Oh, that's a good deal.
And
That
it's
is a
battery,
good deal.
battery and USB.
Nice. Did it come with its own USB?
Yeah.
Oh, that's worth $2 right there
I
alone.
know.
Usually
And then-
things come that are battery operated, and they'll accept an AC adapter if you find one.
Oh yeah, no. This one had it, and plus it plugs right into my desk, which is pretty magic.
Nice.
And then I put sweetgrass above all the doors, like in the house. It's for like a protection. So
Wait, what'd you say?
Sweetgrass.
Oh, all right.
What'd you think I said?
I thought you were. I don't know. I reference my wife a lot as sweet ass.
Oh no, I
I thought
did
you were
not say
saying
that.
you got sweet ass.
No, I don't say that. So sweetgrass, it's usually it'll be braided. I buy the braided one, and then it's a long braid of dried sweetgrass, and it's long. And so it's a braid, and then I just lay it above the door, like coming into the house. And it's for like protection and cleansing and all that. And you can burn it.
You light it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
does
I don't do it above the doors. I mean, that's just protection. But
Oh.
I do have like a bundle that I burn in the house. So I found this braid of sweetgrass. See, it's a braid, and then, but it's got like a little symbol on it, and I need to look it up because I hope it doesn't say like. I kept thinking is at the end of Grumpy Old Men when he's like, "Come on, to suck a pee-pee," or you know what I mean?
Come on,
like,
you want to lay me?
Oh, it's like a little ornament.
Oh, it is like a wreath.
Oh no, it's not. It's
Oh.
oh
Yeah, it is.
Yes,
That's
it
just
is.
that's
It is.
that wire tie is just holding it together.
oh, and it's
so
got a little plug, like a little spongy.
it does look like an ornament, especially
It-
with the red and white frilly
is. It
doily
is.
going on. Oh, I
It
see
is.
that
See
symbol.
how it's braided and then it's tied around?
Flip it back around. Let
Yeah.
me see that symbol. I feel like the bottom part of that symbol is fire.
Oh, is it?
I could be
said
wrong.
It looks
Don't
like
hold me to that.
somebody with their legs spread.
Yeah, that's why I remember it. Like the symbol for fire does look like that. It's like
Yeah,
this with
like a
some
running?
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I was gonna Google the thing, but
Hmm.
yeah, it's got like a little suction cup holder to put on the glass. It's probably.
Nice.
I hope it's for good luck. I think it is. I mean, I wouldn't have, wouldn't have been in my peripheral.
Wouldn't surprise me if it was a curse.
Yeah. No. You
Wouldn't surprise
shut
me.
it.
Bin store.
I know. I ran out of eyelashes. Is why we went.
You were hoping to find eyelashes at the bin store. Why
We
didn't you
find
just?
them every week.
So why don't you just go to the store that sells eyelashes? Then you could have your whole selection.
Well, I did. I had to today, but normally we go there on Saturday, and everyone's like, "Jen, I found some eyelashes, Jen," and it's like a 6-pack.
One
I mean,
free
and I've
stay of
had
the week.
eyelashes this whole time, and then I ran out. I'm like, "Look, I gotta be getting some eyelashes. I can't
I
be."
don't know. I've never lost mine. I still have my original.
Oh,
ones.
well, I put mine on with glue,
Super glue?
eyelash glue. It's black. It's black glue. And sometimes like my glue will get stuck on my eyelash to my eyelid, and then it's like like that scary doll when its eye quits blinking.
Yeah.
You know, when it like
You lean it back and one eye's always looking at you because the other can't shut.
Oh my God, it's too much. Yeah. So when we first got on here, Jeffy, I was showing my smudge stick. I was smudging you in the.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, hey, what time is it? 4:20? No, it's not.
I thought it was because of honor of Snoop Dogg carrying the torch.
Oh, I know. Wow.
Yep.
I was gonna say bound chicken wow wow, but that's not really a dog sound. So.
Nope.
Hey, random question. I sent you a gift like a while back that were chicken arms.
Yes.
Did you get those?
I did get them and I still have them. I've yet to put them on my chickens.
Okay, I just was wondering if it's like a human arm, but it's got a small little band that you would put around the chicken and just hanging on. It's like a headband.
Soft wire. Yeah, it's like something like a headband.
Like a headband for a chicken, but
tuck it up under their feathers. I've yet to put them on there.
Yeah.
But I listen to this.
Bin store.
Oh, I bet. Oh, it seems exactly like where I get eyelashes and chicken arms. But I go outside yesterday morning. I let the dogs out in the backyard, and I go out to the garage, and I'm milling about. And I'm like, oh, I want to move the chicken coop because it's on wheels, so we can move it.
Oh, okay.
I move it every day or 2 days, give them something different to look at, different area to peck at the ground, and I'm not killing my grass anywhere.
Okay.
And so I'm like, oh, I want to move it before I let them out. So I go back there, and there's white feathers all over the grass.
Oh,
like
no.
all over the grass, way outside the coop. Like the coop is over there. The plexiglass that was on the top of it is blown out. And there's white feathers, like a lot. And one of our chickens is white, and one's a Rock Island, so it's gray and black.
Yeah.
And I don't see any gray and black feathers. I don't see any chicken in sight. I don't see any gray and black feathers, just a pile of white feathers. I'm like, well, this ain't good. And I see blood on the feathers. I'm like, oh no, they got cream. I don't even know what would have got it or what did it.
Yeah.
But the dogs are in the yard and they're just doing their business. And I'm looking all around for the chickens. And our yard is not very big. And I'm still looking like up in the trees, the pine trees, the bushes, the shrubs, where could they have gone to? And all of a sudden I turn around to see what the dogs are doing. And Jethro, who has taken down a chicken or two in his days, he's a hunting dog.
Yeah.
He was already trained before we got him. We rescued him. And the only part we can't really get out of him is that he wants to eat every animal he sees.
Oh, shoot.
Like
yeah.
Squirrels, birds, chickens. It does not matter. He wants it.
Yeah.
And so he's like 5. All of a sudden I look back at the dogs and the 2 chickens come walking from the side yard. And the one chicken, Squeak, the Rock Island, totally normal looking. She's just even looking at like, hey, what's going on out here, Jeff?
Yeah.
She's super friendly. She'll come up to anybody, let them hold her. She loves it.
Yeah.
Then she's coming up and I'm like, oh, and I see Cream behind her walking. She was rough.
What happened?
I don't know what happened, but she was bleeding out of her glove on top, out of her waddle on the bottom, and she had a cut just at the bottom of her neck over here on the side.
Oh, shoot.
And she shakes, and when she shakes, like a shitload of feathers come popping out of her. And she takes a few more steps. She shakes. I'm like, oh no. And this dog is like 5 feet in front of Jethro, who's looking right at him. Even he was frozen with like, oh my God. And any other time in the world, he just would have eaten these chickens.
Yeah.
I don't know how he didn't, because I don't know how long he was looking at him on the side yard before I even noticed it.
Yeah. Oh,
so I look at him and I go, Jethro. And he turns and looks at me, and I just kept saying his name, Jethro, Jethro, Jethro. And I'm walking towards him like that. Yeah, like, please don't just bust off to get these chickens.
Yeah.
This chicken looked like she'd been through hell. She doesn't need to be eaten by the dog right now.
Yeah, right.
And so I get the dogs inside, thankfully.
Yeah.
I get a bowl, I come out, I fill it with water. Cream, who she doesn't really like to be picked up. She if she'll run from you. You could pick her up if you can catch her, and you can usually catch her. She's pretty old. But she comes walking right over to me and puts her head on my leg, almost like a hug. I was like, oh no. Like, if she's coming up to you, something's up with her.
Yeah, it's bad.
So I'm inspecting her left and right and checking her all out. And that's just really how I seen the cut near the bottom of her neck. Not a big one, a small one.
Yeah.
And her glove and her waddle were a little bloodied up, but I got her a bowl of water, and she sat there and she cleaned her own head in the water for like a while. And then the other chicken was drinking the water, and Cream was drinking it, and Squeak, they were both drinking it, and she's wiping her head in it. I dump it out, clean water again. She does that again. She did that for like an hour straight. At the end of it, you wouldn't have even known anything happened to her.
Oh my gosh.
She was walking normal, hanging out, looking normal, nothing. Like, you never would have even known, except that there's feathers all over my yard.
Oh.
She didn't even have any
bare
bare
spots. She got her head caught or
on
something? On like a wire or something?
On the plexiglass? Because I think maybe she pushed the plexiglass through, because they've done that before, and I can't tighten it down anymore because it's real cheap plexiglass.
Oh.
And I want to replace it with some expanded metal, which is just like metal with like diamonds that are all in it. Kind of like what people use for grip on like their shed ramps and stuff.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of that, and I grabbed some from work, but none of it that I brought home was big enough to cover it. And I didn't measure it before I seen it at work. I'm like, I need to use that for the chicken coop. I brought some home. It wasn't big enough. So I was waiting until I went back to work today, Monday, to see if we had a bigger piece. I just needed to make it like a few days because I was out of town at the end of last week. So I didn't get to go to the shop then. And but she was rough. So now I got to go out there today after we're done and try to figure something out just to keep her in.
Yeah. Dang, that's scary.
Yeah.
So the chickens are never out when the dogs are out?
No, no. We let the dogs out, leave them out for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then let the chickens out, let them run around the yard, hang out, do their thing, which they love. They're just fun to watch. If you're just out in the yard working or in the garage, they're just funny. You just turn around and you just see them just running.
Yeah.
And then they'll stop, peck the ground, peck the other one. It runs away. Like, they are so goofy. So goofy.
They just stay right in the yard?
Yeah. We found them in the neighbor's yard one time since we've been here.
Yeah.
I haven't. The son did. And I was at work, but we don't know because there was a small hole in the fence.
Oh.
And we don't know if that they went through, but it faced the front.
Oh.
And I don't know if they went through that hole in the fence and then came around to the neighbor's side of the fence where it's open.
Yeah.
Or if they jumped over the fence. But luckily, there's dogs on two sides of us, and they happen to go the way that those people don't have a dog.
Dude.
So that worked out. But again, we don't know. I fixed the hole in the fence since then.
Yeah.
And they haven't left the yard. But we don't know if they went through that hole in the fence, which they could fit through if they were like trying to get out. But I think they can just jump up and over top of the fence.
Oh, yeah.
Which that was a concern also because we have dogs on two sides of us.
Right. Whoa.
Who knows?
Get it together, girls.
Right?
Are they both girls?
Yeah, they're hens.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, they're probably about 5 to 7 years old.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty old for a chicken.
Oh, man. That's pretty crazy. Oh, yeah, because Lisanne was saying her mom had a chicken for like 6 years.
6, 7 years.
6, 7, yeah.
I don't know. We've never seen chickens last for 7 years. We had a rooster once that lasted about 5 to 7 years.
Oh, gotcha.
That was Hector, our first one that would chase people. Like, he would chase things. Like, if you were to fight a rooster, he would have been more than happy to fight.
Yeah. Dang.
Yeah. Yep.
Can you imagine coming back as a rooster? Just start fighting? Just fighting people? I don't know.
I feel like Hector could have been something. Like,
he was a boxer before or something?
He had like the soul of I don't know about a boxer, maybe a prisoner. Like someone doing life on death row, you know what I mean? Like nothing to lose.
Yeah, and then now he's just out and he's like, well, I'm a chicken now, so.
Jethro came out and got a hold of him, picked him up and slammed him into the ground, and then took off running. And we seen him. He took down a hen. He took down 1 or 2 hens, and then Hector ran up to him. And he turned his attention on Hector. And this is when we were trying to catch Jethro. But this is how he gets when he gets out of the house.
Yeah.
He just runs. Just runs. But he ran out the front door one time, and the chickens were all out. And he took down 2 of them. Then Hector got in his face. So he picked Hector up, slammed him down, and took off running. And I stopped to help Hector, he was dead. And so I took off and got Jethro and all that. And the kids came out and they're like, Hector's dead. I'm like, Jethro's ran. So they're running. We're all, as a family, we're all running through the woods to get this dog. And we finally catch him after a few hours, come back home. Hector was just walking around the yard like nothing's wrong. Like nothing. Just even the kids.
He's like,
yeah, even the kids thought he was dead. I definitely did. As soon as I turned to help him and was going to help Hector and let Jethro just because he's going to run. I'm not going to catch him anyways. I know that. And nope, I looked. I'm like, nope, there's no saving him.
Oh my god!
So I took off after Jethro, and then when the kids caught up to me, catching Jethro, they were yelling about Hector was dead in the driveway. I'm like, I know. I go, were there hens there? And they're like, no, we didn't see the hens.
Yeah.
And by the time we got back home, all the chickens were fine.
They were all okay?
Yeah. Yep. Then he just.
They just played dead? He just slapped them around a little bit?
I'm pretty sure he knocked Hector out.
Oh, yeah.
Or at least Hector was playing possum or something.
Dang.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Do you love the smell of hot sauce? Hell Pit Hot Sauce. Do you wish you could wear that smell all day long? Hell Pit Hot Sauce. Well, now you can. Here at Hell Pit Hot Sauce Lab, our scientists have engineered the same hot sauce taste into deodorant. That's right, deodorant. Now with Hell Pit Hot Sauce deodorant, you can wear it daily, not 24 hours, not 48 hours, but for up to 96 hours. That's right, Hell Pit Hot Sauce deodorant lasts up to 96 hours. Your friends, co-workers, and family will thank you for cleaning out their nasal cavities, all while burning your armpit hairs down to the roots. Hell Pit Hot Sauce deodorant. Man, that smells like hell. Also look for Hell Pit Hot Sauce feminine products in the hygiene aisle. Hell Pit, hell yeah.
Okay. Hell Pit.
Hell Pit.
Help it.
I know. I do feel like I'm not a big fan of hot sauce, but I feel like I would almost try some Hell Pit hot sauce.
I don't know. I feel like you need to help it.
I don't know. I can't help it.
Help it.
Hell Pit hot sauce.
Help it. All right, Jeffy. So, I had messaged you because I wanted to talk this week about the Lions Gate portal. Are you familiar with that?
Well, Jen, I do know that the Lionsgate portal is wide open, and it's going to peak on August 8th, I believe, of this year.
Yes.
And of course, with it comes energy shifts. Light codes are going to be streaming into people's collective, creating a powerful ascension upgrade for everybody. If you want to align yourself with this a little more, you can actually do what's called the Lionsgate activation meditation.
Yes.
Which you can find on YouTube.
I'll put a link here because I have two great ones that I've been using.
Excellent.
Yes.
Now, everything I just said is all I remember from the video I had watched.
Oh, okay. So I have a write-up here. So what is the Lionsgate portal? It's known as the peak of the Lionsgate portal on August 8th, just like you said, a day for manifestation and considered by many as the marker of a new year for resolutions and goals. So it's almost like a spiritual new year.
All right.
Okay. And how we explain is here we explain what you need to know and how to help manifest your dreams into reality. So when is it? Just like you said, the peak is August 8th. The Lionsgate technically runs for 2 weeks, opening in late July. So just like you said, it's open and it closes in mid-August. However, the pinnacle is on August 8th. So people will often commonly refer to this date as the Lionsgate portal itself. And this date is also known to some as the Galactic New Year.
And 8 is the symbol for infinity. So
yes.
You got 8-8.
Yes. Okay, so what is the significance of this portal? Okay, and this will be actually mentioned in one of the. Two. So I have two different meditations that I had mentioned, and this is mentioned in one. I think one of them, maybe both. So the Lionsgate portal is the moment where the sun in Leo, which is like astrological, is in alignment with the star Sirius, which is Orion's belt, the star Sirius, Orion's belt, and Earth.
Yep.
And so this happens when Sirius rises or becomes visible again due to the sun's yearly passing of the star. So I guess that star is not visible. And then why is this significant? Because Sirius is the brightest star in the sky and is astrologically considered to be a spiritual sun. Have you ever heard that?
I've never heard that.
I've never heard that. Which is interesting because I listen to astrology podcasts all the time, and she mentions Sirius all the time, but I've never looked into it.
Now, when they say it's considered a spiritual sun, is it SON or SUN?
No, SUN.
Okay.
It's because it's the brightest star in the sky.
Okay.
It was an extremely important body to the ancient Egyptians, who referred to it as the goddess Sopdet. I think it's Sopdet, maybe Sopdet. They used the annual rising of this star to note when the Nile would begin its annual flood. So feeding the landing and bringing harvest and fertility. Right. So in astrology, Sirius brings wealth, abundance, fortune, and fame. And as such, our alignment with the auspicious body means it is an excellent time for manifestation. So this period is considered spiritually significant, but the peak is on August 8th for a few reasons. So just like you said, numerology of 88 is considered extremely powerful in the fact that it's the infinity combination, and this date sees the sun as the halfway point of Leo, a season associated with boldness and confidence. And of course, the sun is the ruler in the sign of Leo. So in this moment, everything truly is in alignment physically and spiritually. So once there's that alignment, it's almost like everything is in flow, and it's just like literally the portal gates are open for you to like auto manifest.
Nice.
Yeah. So how can I manifest during this time? Which, just like you said, so manifesting can take many forms, and so here's a few examples. Focus on aligning with the positive energy within yourself, and then heighten your awareness further to focus on the presence of the moon, stars, and planets. Okay, so you can kind of tap into that and just have an awareness. You can then speak your manifestation aloud, silently to yourself, or write them on paper, focusing on the words and exactly what you are creating with your words. So I shared this, I think we talked about this a few weeks ago, maybe, how I had been working with the lady, with Vanessa Albury, who was the Akashic record reader. Yep. And I had been, do you ever feel like how you might say a word all the time and then all of a sudden it just doesn't resonate with you anymore? It doesn't, like, you don't want to use that word anymore?
Kinda.
So when I would journal, and I've taught journaling for 15 years, I would always put I want, because it was always like you want to put out there what you want. But like as I started spiritually growing, I did not like that word this year at all. And because it sounds
too demanding.
It sounds demanding, and because when I started to be at a higher frequency, I feel like it's a lower vibration word, and the higher frequency I would get, I didn't align with it anymore, and it made me feel like it was a toddler, like I want that, you know what I mean? And so working with Vanessa, she's like, look, you need to put out there what you want and you need to claim it. And I was like, I love that. Like, I claim this, you know what I mean? Like, it's mine, and it just seems like such a stronger word to put out there. So and you find the word that resonates with you, you know what I mean?
Right.
So if you like to say I want this, then get bossy and put that out there. If you want to say I am, the main thing is you do not want to use the word I hope, I will have, because it leaves it out in the future.
I know what you're saying there.
Yep. So you want it to be now. And so then 3, continue to write or say you're manifesting continuously until you believe they have established a place in the physical world. So if you did see The Secret, it kind of just says, like, don't keep repeating it, because they prefaced it like a catalog. Like you put your order in for a catalog, or like Amazon, you don't keep going back and reordering because you didn't get it yet, right? Like you just trust that you put the order in and left it. But with manifesting, you can visualize each day, you can say it each day, because then you can, I feel like it's almost like when you learn something new and then all of a sudden it's like, it's embedded into your unconscious, kind of like driving a car, right? Because if I keep saying it over and over, I just feel like I'm like embedding it even more. Right. It's not that I don't trust it. It's like I'm putting more energy into that. Yep. And then let all your expectations go and continue with your day. So literally you surrender that. You don't become obsessive about it.
Right.
Yeah. So would there be anything that you're manifesting?
No, nothing I can think of off the top of my head right now. If anything, just because since we've moved here, a number of people in the house are looking for new jobs. So I would say, if anything, that.
Yeah.
And
the right job. You know what I mean? Like a great job.
I was really hoping, because we're live like now near in a city, and we're near a bunch of coffee shops, that somebody in this house would have got a job at a coffee shop.
I know. Come on, people.
But when we moved here, Griff was like, well, I want to get a job in a music store. So he spent a week hitting up every music store. None of them were hiring.
Yeah.
Next week, he's like, I'm going to hit up the venues I play at and I go see concerts at. Maybe they're hiring for something.
Right.
Spent a week doing that. Hit up a whole bunch of different venues. None of them were hiring. He's like, maybe I'll hit the t-shirt places, because he has a t-shirt business. He makes his own shirts and whatnot.
Right.
And so he hit up a bunch of them. None of them are hiring. So then one day he's like, screw it. He just got on a skateboard. He's like, and I'm going to go to everywhere within skateboarding distance and see who's hiring.
Yeah.
Lo and behold, Big B Coffee. They called him, set him up for an interview this morning. He went to the interview. They said, all right, we'll get back with you in the next 24 to 48 hours. Hour and a half later, they offered him the job.
Sweet.
Yep. So, and it's all within like half a mile of my house.
Yeah, right.
So,
that's amazing.
Yep. I've only been to this one once or twice, but it's happened.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so I'm psyched.
That's awesome.
That's now the youngest. He's trying to get a job at a hardware store up the road. And then the wife, she's still looking, but she's looking for something kind of like we're talking, something she's interested in and wants to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha. That's awesome. And if anybody needs help too with like put your manifest out there, or like if you need backup for your manifesting, feel free to reach out to us, because I journal, like I said, all the time, and it's really just kind of written prayer or like a written manifesting, whatever you want to call it, it's all the same. And so just putting it out there. But if you feel like you need backup, so a funny thing I'm going to say here, because in human design, I'm a generating manifester. That's my human design, which is so funny, because I'm like, oh, well, that makes total sense, because you just like are generating, manifesting all the time.
Right. And
so, but really the hard part for me is like, I make things happen, and then it's like implementing the things. Like they happen, gotcha. But then the next steps, you know what I mean?
Getting it further.
So like, yeah, I'm all like firing off like step ones, all these step ones, but then to get it to the next level, Nice. So, but speaking of human design, we're going to have my friend Jess Nickel on here in a few weeks, and we're going to talk to her about human design. So I'm interested to see what you are. So, yeah.
She just asked a series of questions to figure it out.
Maybe.
I don't know if she read the bones or what.
No. She just looks into your pupils, right in your soul. No, I'm just joking. Yeah. No, she has information. But, gotcha. Yeah, and then she'll kind of explain the different ones, and then, what it means. That really clarified a lot of stuff for me, just in questions on like, why do I blank, or why do I do this, or, it's crazy, because it was 100% on,
nice.
It's way different than a psychic reading. It's way different than astrology. It's way different than everything else,
Gotcha.
But manifesting. So yeah. So I have a class. So, Cindy Kaza, she's on a whole bunch of things, from like Holzer Files. She's on a YouTube show now with Jack Osborne called Ghost and Grit. And I'm going to be seeing her. So I'm going to Philadelphia on Friday. I have a 3-day class with her, mediumship class, her and my mentor, Natalie. And then there's 7 of us that are all going to be in an Airbnb together. 7 mediums. I was that's a recipe for a lot of dead people coming at us. Right?
Nice.
So, yeah, but it's going to be a good time. So, with that being said, we won't have a podcast next week, because I'll be traveling, I'll be driving, and then got to catch up on a few things next week when I get back. So, but yeah, we'll be back in 2 weeks, and by then though, the portal the 8-8 will be passed.
By the time we're back, it will.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
That's true.
So make sure that you, if you're feeling like things are kind of off the rails, kind of just assess and then put out there what you want to be happening, because right now is the time to put out there what you want. And also just be careful, because if you're being real negative, you're going to be bringing in more negativity.
Yeah.
If you're like, hey, I don't like this, then you're going to keep attracting more of this.
This or that.
Yeah, you might accidentally be manifesting, but you're still doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, calling it in without realizing it. So watch your
good.
words, people, and claim it. Right? Claim it.
That's right. Claim it.
Yeah. So speaking of claim it, let's head out with the rest of Help It.
Yes.
Help it.
Help it.
Help it.
For her.
All right. See you in 2 weeks, friends.
All right. We'll see you.
Okay. See you, toots. Bye.
Later.
Do you love the burn of hot sauce? Hell Pit Hot Sauce. Do you wish you could feel that burn all day long? Hell yeah, Hell Pit. Well, now you can. Here at Hell Pit Hot Sauce Labs, the same scientist that brought you Hell Pit Hot Sauce deodorant now brings you Hell Pit for her. No, not just deodorant. We've created a whole line of products for her. Hell Pit Hot Sauce. Useful products like Hell Pit Leg Wax, tampon, pregnancy test, and of course, Hell Pit Douche. Helloosh! So next time you think about having a ladies' night in, think hell yeah, think Hell Pit, Hell Pit, Hell Pit, Hell Pit. Helloosh!